Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your weekly intuitive reading. I hope that you're doing well. And we're going to get started with your reading. Feeling the Pisces energy. I'm feeling the Pisces energy today, so bear with me as there's been a lot coming through. And at times it seems like a little too much, and at other times it seems like I'm in another world. So I don't know, Gemini, you might be able to relate to that. Let's see, this is a message for Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Gemini. These are general messages, so take what resonates for you. Check with your moon or rising sign if it's not resonating with you. Or keep it in your back pocket, as a lot of times I read into our blind spots. Those subconscious areas that we don't see very easily about ourselves. We can see easily in others a lot of times. But it's always good to know. So it may start to resonate with you down the road if it's not now. However, try not to build a story. If you'd like a personal, private, one-on-one reading with me, you can book through my website, which is BeTheChange333.com. The information's in the description box below this video. Let's begin. What do we have for Gemini? I apologize, Gemini. I already started to get just some silly sensations. Images. You may have that childlike wonder. Or maybe you're out playing around somewhere. We have legacy. Maybe you're having a good time. That's amazing if you are. If not, maybe you're tapping back into your own inner child. Inspiration. We have legacy, inspiration. Magic. And at the bottom, we have collaboration. Yeah, I'm feeling really like all of a sudden completely different than from the Sagittarius reading. Wow. Okay. You're being really inspired right now. Through something. It has to do with your legacy, which means it has to do with your essence, your actual natural energetic essence, as to that's your legacy, what you have to contribute to the world that is just naturally, that you're naturally born with. And we have magic here. So you might be tapping into some magical aspects of yourself. Collaboration, working in combination with universal forces. Maybe you're getting a nice, because we've got, like I was talking about Pisces. I guess I was talking about with you. Neptune in Pisces. Very active. We have a lot of Piscean energy going on right now. And that can really link you into some fun stuff with spirit, with the other dimensions. So I like that. And you're getting inspired. You're being shown your true magic and your true beauty. What else do we have for Gemini? I love that. Ah, yeah, and this is a legacy. This part of you is something you've denied about yourself because there's a fear there. You feel like you feared that you weren't good enough, or this isn't really me. It says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. You're becoming very aware, or Spirit's trying to show you how important you and your energy truly are. To not deny these aspects of yourself. Okay. We have discipline. So whatever energy is really inspiring you right now, it's also disciplining you, like in the mind, to really stay focused on this magical essence of yours and not get pulled off back into the third dimensional, mundane, blah, blah, blah world that you had been in, where you were denying your true essence. And we have trust with magic. Trust the magic. Trust it. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Wow. And then we have courage with collaboration. You're going through a spiritual awakening. You're going through the fun part of the awakening process, which I love. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Yeah, and it's such a strong charge. It really hits the heart chakra, but it's very super intense. You're busting out of your shell, Gemini. I love that. All right, let's keep going here. Busting out of whatever false, stories that you told about yourself. You told yourself about yourself. Maybe it's, of course, it has to do with our social conditioning and things like that as well. You're not crazy, and you're realizing, I'm not crazy. This is really happening. This is like when things happen and you just can't even make it up. But it's almost hard to talk about it with just anybody, because they will look at you like you're crazy. We have 8 of Cups with the 4 of Cups. So through this legacy, no longer denying yourself your true essence. You are still kind of contemplating things, though. You're not really sure how to feel about this, Gemini, because it's so fresh and new. All right. But it is your calling. It's calling. Your soul is calling you. 6 of Cups. What else is inspiring you is you're reflecting back. This is nostalgia. Reflecting back and gaining even more insight, more memories on things that maybe you just skipped over or didn't really put too much thought or didn't think was important or mattered. Everything that the universe shows us, every person we come in contact with, everything has deeper messages to them, and you're starting to realize that. It's piquing your interest. Oh boy. Okay. So we have the Tower and the Queen of Swords with trust the magic. Interesting. So you may have kind of believed things, but not fully. It was not embodied from the heart. There wasn't a whole lot of emotion to it, right? But now whatever's happening, Tower, is like, what? Trust the magic? Something is really speaking to you, Gemini. Big time. It's rocking your world. It's cracking you open. It's crumbling the old foundation that you used to believe in as far as life and the world. Whoa, okay. I'm speaking directly to somebody here. We have 9 of Pentacles at the bottom. So your true values, your true essence, the things that are truly important to you are making themselves known. You're becoming very fully aware of what's important and what is not. What is real and what is not. And usually through the awakening process, what causes such disillusionment is that the what we've been taught to believe and what we believed in through programming and upbringing, not upbringing, but well, it could be social conditioning, is actually the false. And what we knew internally was real all along. It's like it rocks your world. And the universe does this in layers to most people. Unless you have like a really rude awakening like I did, which not everybody goes through, but it is like soul shocking. Four of Pentacles again, or no, that's Four of Cups. Four of Pentacles, holding on. You might still be in denial. You're not all the way there. You are still, there's a part of you that wants to hold on to the old familiar, what you think is safe, what feels safe, what everybody else believes. Virgo, Capricorn energy. Saturn. The Devil. Okay. There's still some parts of you that are not on board with this new experience and realization that you've had, but there's something that still has you chained to the false matrix, the old familiar. Yeah, so you're not quite there yet. It's okay. There's some parts, there's some aspects that are still hooked in. Jeez, Gemini. Okay, Hanged Man. Okay. So, overall, the universe does have you in a Hanged Man position, meaning you really can't go forward or backwards or anywhere much. I mean, even if you're like, the universe is working on your consciousness to bring you to a new realization, to be able to see things from a different angle, a new perspective. You have been holding on to what everybody else believes, the old familiar, what you always did believe. And there are some chains that still bind you to that, maybe through your conditioned mind of sorts, patterns, habits, programming. And Seven of Swords. Phew. Has you kind of walking around in the dark, very confused, and yeah, I really don't know what to think. I really don't know what to think. All right, Gemini, let's get you some advice here to wrap this up. Trust. We have trust and trust the magic. You've had an experience, an otherworldly experience. Let that sink in for you. And before you go back to the old ways of thinking and believing, trust this Hangman position. See what else is coming through. See what else life wants to show you, prove to you. Okay, advice for Gemini, please. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms. Okay, that makes sense too. You got anxiety. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction. Let God in. This would be linked to the Devil card. That loud and clear. I'll read it from the book for you. because you've had a taste of this magic more than once, but this last time was big, profound. You're not crazy, okay? We're cyclic beings, and Mother Earth teaches us how to be human every day with the coming and going of the tides and the seasons. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are so often those we most need to let go of. The food, the substances, the relationship, the job, the people-pleasing. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the part we're most afraid to leave empty, the part we guard and don't let grace into. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve, But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us, or clinging to it for fear of it not staying of its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. A Course in Miracles tells us, whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. And the Buddha says, you can only lose what you cling to. Indeed, both are true. If this card appears, you're being called to find the courage to loosen your grip and give up control, to release your coping mechanisms and leave space for grace and God to enter, to surrender all that feels dense to the divine. Loosening your grip doesn't mean that what you're clinging to will go away. It may, or it may stay. But you can be sure that what is for you will find you. And you'll breathe easier knowing that you've shifted from relying on your own strength to surrendering to the grace of life. All right, Gemini, that's what I have for you this week. So don't forget about the experiences of the magic that you have had. And life is trying to teach you something, show you something. Try not to cling, because if it's meant for you, it will stay with you regardless. I hope that this is helpful for you, and I'm sending you out so much love. Take care. Bye.